Hello and good evening. You join me, ADG, for round 3 and 4 of the Mature Racing Club GTTCC Championship in the Group 4 cars. So we're on a little practice session at the moment, and we're on Sardegna. So the second track that we'll be racing on tonight, the first track being Suzuka. Quite like this track, and I was racing on it recently, only the other night, for an hour long endurance race. So pretty fresh in my mind. Just a different car that I'm driving tonight. Trying to concentrate and get a good lap in, see where I am compared to everyone before we head into qualifying. Not that this is the track that we're qualifying in, forgot about that, or the car. Pretty good through there then. Trickiest corner on the track is that one. That left hand I've just gone through. Oh god. Nearly drove into the wall there. Feels alright, this track and car combination. Hitting the wall there, that's not great. And again, oh my god. Braking too early, that tells me. I've not done a great deal of practice, so this is pretty much a little bit earlier, and what you're watching now is the practice for these races. So I hope it goes well tonight, and if I can match anything like I did last week, I'll be happy. Obviously I'll be looking to better it ideally, but always good to get a nice little overtake done before the race even starts. Got B rated behind me, one of the fastest guys. And believe me, everyone in here is pretty quick. But B rated's one of the quicker ones. Didn't realise I've actually done the fastest lap, I've only just looked. Quite surprised at that. I am in my preferable car though, out of the two car choices I've got. Or gone for, should I say. Coming out of there in third. Not a great idea, but don't matter, it's not qualifying yet. I don't think I've even said anything about where we're racing at. We're racing at Sardegna A at the moment, which is the second track, which I've already said, but I don't know if I actually told you which track it is. You can see it above the on the gantry above there. Nice mountains in the background. Fictional track in Italy. 3.177 miles, I think. I looked at it the other day. I'm not that geeky. I don't just know that off the top of my head. Just fresh in my memory from looking at it. And I'm probably wrong anyway, so bit bumpy through there. Lost a bit of time. Try and get in a bit through here. Gain a lot of time through that corner if you get it right. Well, you can on a lot of these corners on this track. Hence why I find myself in first. I've had quite a lot of experience on this track and I really like it. It seems to really suit me. I'm gonna quickly nip downstairs, go to the toilet before everything kicks off. Right, so we're back at Suzuka now, which is going to be the qualifying track and the first race, the real life track in Japan. Quite like Suzuka. Gone in the Viper for this one instead of the NSX, if I remember rightly. Did they just change it then? I think I did. I did it quite quickly. Yeah. Oh, that's wide. So, just gotta... I don't know if this is qualifying yet. There's been a little message saying it's qualifying. It's the outlap still, so no need to worry, but try and put in a good lap just in case it is anyway. If it isn't, then it's just a good practice for qualifying. You can really rev out this Viper. Oh god, that's a bit shallow. Oh, well, that's a good start to a fast lap. You can rev out this car and it starts making this weird noise when you get to the top of the rev range. Don't know if it's the best way to drive it for the power, but I certainly like that noise that it gives you when you get high up in the revs. This gets a bit dirty. It's almost addictive, revving it that high. Probably losing my time, but bit wide on the exit there. Try and talk you through a lap on the next lap. Tell you what I'm doing. See Winkle in front of me? He's in first place actually. Well, there's no time set yet. Still a bit deep into the second to last corner there, the beginning of the chicane. Not too bad a time there. Can go a little bit quicker than that in this car. I've already done it in practice. A bit deep again into the first corner, following C Winkle's bad line. Still unsure whether this is qualifying or not. I can't remember. I can never remember. I do too much racing. I can never remember what time everything's at. It might be 9 o'clock when qualifying starts. I think it is actually. Not feeling too bad around this track, this Viper. Seems to be able to stick with the other cars a little bit, so hopefully I'm not looking at too bad a qualifying position this time round. If you watch my first race last week, first race of the season that is, you'll have seen that I didn't do very well really. I didn't qualify very well and I didn't really make up that many positions in the race, so it seemed like a bit of a bad choice to this Viper, but I'm thinking slightly differently on this track. It seems to be coming to me a little bit, and it might be coming into its own a little bit, or I've just learned to drive it a bit better and I can't decide which one it is. But oh god, all of a sudden it seems like quite a good car to drive. It was anyway, that's why I picked it, but it just seemed to lack the pace last week. I couldn't catch the guys in front. I had no power to be able to whatsoever. It didn't matter what I did. I had quite a good race actually, but it pretty clean, consistent, but it just I seemed to lack the power to be able to catch anyone. Anyway, waffling on. I still need to talk you through that lap. Working a little bit too early there, and it's messed me up. Better to go deep into that a little bit and then come out with a straighter exit. Allows you to get on the power a little bit earlier as well. Rather than firing yourself out wide to the curb, you're firing yourself out straight and not having to worry about going anywhere near the curb. Just by going that little bit deeper into it. What the hell? That was bad. 203.952 from Robertson Hood, that's good. That's quick time. I managed a 203.7 I think earlier, but that was about the quickest I could possibly do, and I was all over the curbs and everything to try and get that extra bit of time. Oh, here we go. Right. Oh, it's qualifying time. Right. Eventually. Don't know whether to jump out really early or not. I'm going to wait actually. Let the keen guys get out. Leave a little bit of a gap to everyone and then head out. And hopefully catch someone slipstream along the way and not have too much trouble in front of us. Chill out a little bit on the outlap. No need to worry about pace. No one right behind us, so just find a bit of a gap, which we've nicely found. Even though they're bunching up in front by the look of it. So let's see what we can do in this Viper. See if we can do better than 10th, was it, last week I think I qualified in? And I ended up finishing 9th in the race, so if I can beat my 10th place qualifying last week, it's the same guys I'm racing against and potentially in the same car, so if I can beat that then I'll be happy. Anything obviously a lot higher than that, then I'll be ecstatic. I'll be really quite surprised, to be honest. I know I've just had a decent practice time, but that's a different thing than qualifying. Anyway, let's make sure we've got a decent gap on this outlap. Can quite easily get carried away and just start racing here. But we are in, I've got to remember we are in qualifying, so I don't want to be too close to CJW. Give a little bit of a gap as I lift off through 138. Oh my god. Everyone's gone a little bit wrong through there. Not the best way to start a fast lap. Behind CJW and in the wrong gear, and someone's just coming out of the pits as well on their outlap, so that probably won't help as well. Try get it back to the curb as much as possible. A little lift through here, down a gear, just get that extra bit of grip. Try and ride the curbs as much as possible. Bad example. Getting a bit of understeer everywhere, probably a bit of lack of downforce from the car in front. Not that these cars have a massive amount of downforce, but that's why it almost makes all the difference when you do lose a little bit from following a car. We're all bunching up behind Rocky Rich by the look of it. Rocky needs to pull over if he's not going to set a fast time and let us past. He's in 13th place, I'm going to let him go. It's all going to get messy around the hairpin otherwise, so that's not qualifying, that's racing. I'm going to let the guy behind me go as well. And just back out of that whole thing. It just stinks of a mistake and an incident somehow. So just drop back right out of it. I got too close to him basically. Which I wouldn't have expected, but I did. So maybe I am quite quick around this track. I'm not sure yet. Yet to set a time. 20 minutes we've got, so although I've just wasted my first lap, my first fast lap that is, there's nothing too much to worry about. Little lift through there. The Dodge Viper doesn't really want to take it, so there's contact and an off from Ajax, and I did miss the other player, but not great when you're trying to qualify when you've actually got overtakes going on and contact, so that's not very nice to see at all. And now Ajax is right on my tail, so that's not great either. What are you doing, mate? You've just ruined my next qualifying lap. This is ridiculous. That's not fair really from Ajax, I don't feel. He's just had an incident with someone and he's just ruined the start of my qualifying lap by trying to overtake me. So Don't think that's the best of driving there from Ajax, but never mind. Not a lot I can do about it. Good luck to you, Ajax. I hope you improve. It just puts me in an awkward position now where I don't really want to follow too closely behind him or drop any mistakes and ruin anyone else's laps. No, drop right back off. I didn't like that at all off Ajax, so I'll drop right back off him and follow Mutt instead. I know you got to get a qualifying lap in, but you don't need to ruin other people's at the same time. That's why I've just backed out, for example. Anyway, again, I need to back out here because I'm going to be too close to Mutt if I'm not careful. I need to just find myself a massive gap. Because this is guys in front seem to be messing up a little bit and going slowly and having a few incidents. Just need a clear lap where I can have a clear run where there's no one in front of me. Or if they are, they're just giving me a very distant slipstream that I'm just imagining really that doesn't exist from that kind of distance. Right, anyway, let's try and get a hot lap in because no one's allowed me so far. Well, me backing out to try and save contact and stuff has not allowed me. Here we go. Not bad too, not too bad so far. No, yellow flags in front. Hope they don't get in the way, whatever happens. Nice to see them just sat at the side of the track letting us all go through. So this is a reasonably fast lap because I've already lost quite a bit of time through qualifying so far, so I need it to be quick to get me a decent position to build on. If not, then I'm going to find myself towards the back qualifying, or starting line should I say. I know I've done the 203 in this car, so I know it's in it, but 204.2 seems pretty achievable with a quite quick lap. So it's felt like a reasonable lap. Let's see what the time says. It's just getting over the 2 minute marker. So 203.7, that's quite quick. That's quite a quick lap for what I can do in this car, so I'm happy with that. And that's put me in 4th place. Took a bad line through there. I was looking at the delta and looked at it for a bit too long. Big spin there from Mutt. Good job he's ghosted so it doesn't affect me. Not that this is a quick lap. I've dropped 0.4 of a second so far, so it's going to be hard to make that kind of time back up. Especially when I know the time that I've just done is quite a quick time for this car and me personally. about as quick as I've done in practice anyway, so if I improve on that I'll be happy. Not that I've done a huge amount of practice, but in the half an hour I had or so, and I managed that kind of time. Anyway, how boring. Oof, bit wide at the apex. Let's make this a fast one. Come on. Not this one, I mean the next one. It's already slower as that, considerably. 1.1 seconds, nearly 1.2. Good exit out of there. Come on. I'm going to struggle to improve on that, I'm going to be honest. But it'd be nice if I could. Got to get every corner pretty bang on there. I've already dropped 0.3. I might actually have to get out of the way of the guy behind if I'm not careful here. E-rated as well, he's the guy in first place. Don't want to ruin his lap. We'll get out of the way down here, I think. Wasn't a quicker lap, so not that bothered about backing out of it. I could have maybe improved, but I ain't set myself up with a good start. Oh god. Oh my god, that's bad. Oh, don't wipe anyone out. Just get out of the way. There's other people coming through. Would have ended up causing a bit of an incident if I'd have tried to get it back on track straight away then. Oh, that's a great start to this lap. Well, qualifying's not going great, but my position's alright, so hopefully I can hold that place and or if I do drop down a little bit, I don't drop down too far, but it's looking unlikely that I'm going to improve. I don't know quite how I did that lap, if I'm honest. Afterwards it feels like a real difficulty when you look at the delta, although it feels like I'm driving quite well. Look at the delta time and it's really quite far down straight away through this first sector. That one's not a good example, obviously. I didn't have the best of starts down the start finish straight. So I've only got a few more laps to go, so I need to make the most of this next one coming up, because this is going a bit wrong at the moment. I've only had a few attempts at fast laps out of the 20-minute time slot we've got. Need to get in the zone for this first race. I don't feel like I'm quite on it yet. Oh, for example, touching the grass on the way in. Luckily it didn't cause a massive effect to anything. Right, let's start this one on a positive note. In the right gear. Decent exit. Here we go. This is the one, hopefully. Bit wide, bit drifty. Oh god. No, I'm not surprised I'm down on my time there. That was terrible through that sector. Let's try and be brave and try and make some time up. I'm half a second down, so it's going to be difficult. I really am baffled how I managed to get that time in the first place. I'm struggling to get anywhere near it now. Again, this is a bit of a bad lap really. Well, it's a really bad lap in fact. I need to get that ultimate lap. It's going to be tricky. It is a tricky track to get right. And it's 2 minutes long as well, so whatever good you do in the first couple of sectors you can undo in the last one quite easily, or whatever. You can ruin any bit of it because it's quite a long track. 2 minute plus lap time in these cars, in the Group 4 anyway. From deep, try and salvage some kind of mid-corner speed out of it just by driving around the outside as someone's on the inside. It's not a great start to the lap though. I don't think I can improve on that, especially the way I'm driving. It's a bit worrying for the race as this. I'm almost out of position now. I'm driving like this and I've qualified in 5th. Again, this is another wasted lap. Not a lot of point in really fighting for the corners because I'm already a second down. Sounds like I'm being a bit defeatist and negative probably, but it's just the reality. I can't make that kind of time up, so it is a wasted lap. If you're like 0.2 down, 0.3 down, maybe you've got a chance of making it up, or I have anyway. But not when you're 0.8 down, not when you're anywhere near a second. I thought someone was behind me for a second then, so quick glance behind. Oh my god. Do you get dirty tyres from going on the AstroTurf wide? I'm starting to wonder because it feels like you can't brake for the last corner when you come off there. As though you've got dirty tyres. Anyway, that's another lap ruin. Jesus Christ, I'm doing well here. The start of this one's ruined now. Anyway, like I said at the beginning, anything higher than 10th was my aim, so I'm still in 6th position, so I've not done too badly. And my second race is my stronger race out of these two tracks and car combinations. So if I can get a half reasonable result from this one, I'll be happy, and look for a better result out of race 2, even though it's a reverse grid. I quite like the track. so I'd like to think I'll do quite well at it. Oh, so the final has started. That's it. 20 minutes qualifying over. So I'm in 6th place. Quick drink before we start. Right. So, join me, ADG, for race 3 of the MRC GTTCC. We've B rated in 1st place as last week, I think. Doing a good job to put it in pole again. Full start, so let's keep a foot on the brake to start with. Let's get the traction control on quickly. Oh God, I was going to say it. The guy in front didn't move then, but it looked like it was a bit of a glitch. Oh, everyone's hitting me from behind, bunching up. Oh, I'm being knocked out wide. That's not good. Oh, that's unfair. Everyone pushing their way through there. That's not what we want to see, really. We want to see good, clean racing, not just barging your way past. So that's dropped me right down to 8th place with all that chaos. I'm just giving people room because we're side by side and everyone's coming through. I couldn't really do a lot about it. Classic touring car style, really. You make one mistake at the beginning and you drop so many cars back because everyone can get past you. Oh, that's a bad mistake from me though. I've hit Winkle. We'll just wait for him to get control back and come through behind. Oh, this is a bad start. Oh, what is wrong with me on race 1? Right, let's concentrate. Feel like I'm not in the right frame of mind for racing, really. I'm a bit agitated in a way. So side by side now with Winkle. Let's try to get on the brakes, get it nice and cleanly done and past him, and let's get back into this race. I'm not having that. Qualified quite well. I've got the pace, let's get back into it. At the same time, Winkle's side by side with me. Heading into 130R in a second. What's he going to do? He's going to have to back out. He can't really run side by side if he's behind me. I've got the advantage through there, so he has to back out. Need to get the braking clean through here, which is good. And on to the next lap with hopefully, I was going to say hopefully a bit of a gap. Felt good through there. Turns out Winkle's fast through there. So down into 8th place, and that's not good. That is not good. I don't know why, but I felt like something was going to go wrong, and it did. I'm just finding myself offline, and everyone coming through as well, and I couldn't really pull back on, and I probably analysed that later on the replay and realised I could have done different things, but at the time it felt like I had to more or less just let people through because of my positioning on track and the fact that I would have caused contact if I'd have just carried on or just come back on the way I was all over the place. Anyway, that's over and done with. Let's get back into this, like I've already said. Oh, that's one guy who nearly touched him as he went wide there. That would have been me slowing down probably to let him come back past, but I didn't touch him, so no need to. And I've just hit the wall, which is no good. This is going really well. Oh, there's a mistake behind there, so that's good to see, although it's unfortunate for the guy that just did it. Gives me a bit of breathing space from behind, and one of the guys behind, Bales Tonovic, is in front of me on the leaderboard, I think, so it's good to see me in front of him. The guy in front's had a bit of a spin by the look of it, going through second part of Spoon, I think it is it Spoon? Yeah, I think so. Why not, let's call it Spoon even if it isn't. And then heading into 130R, which is pretty much flat out with a little lift to just get it turned into the apex and then back on the power. You don't really even lift fully, you just lift off a little bit just to get the car turned in, and then as soon as you get the grip, you're back on it. Not a great line running over that curb as much as I did there on the exit, but got away with it. Right, let's get into this race now. Let's calm down a little bit. 25 minutes left. Start paying attention to the gap to the guys in front in a minute, and see how we can do. I'm in 7th place, so I've worked my way back into it a little bit. 6th is only in front, and that's where I started, or 5th was it? 6th, 5th, whichever. I didn't start much further in front. I just dropped a load of time to catch the guys in front, that's all. Looks like Robert the Hood in front of me is catching Ajax quite quickly. I had to lift a little bit just to get it turned back in because I was heading wide with understeer there. Has 91 has left the room, that's not good. Has is a good racer, normally right up there at the top, so maybe he's been kicked out there. I wouldn't have expected him to leave. It was a really bad start from me though. I'll have to dish out a few apologies afterwards, because I did cause a bit of contact here and there, and other people did too. I'm not the only one, but I hate causing contact if I can help it, but I couldn't really help it at the time. I always think it's worth an apology if it's unwarranted contact. If you're racing really closely and there's a bit of rubbing, then fine, but not when I can't remember who it was now, but it all happened so quickly. The guy who I punted from behind and nearly put him off, it took ages for him to, it was Seawinkle, to get going, and I waited for him a little bit. Keep braking a little bit too early for that corner, and it actually messes up your line by braking early. And end up coming out of it quite slowly. So Robos in front's just driving away now. I need to claw that gap back. He's got 3.1 second gap on me now, and it looks like he's just about to get past Ajax. I need to make sure that I'm sticking with them if I can, which I am not. Guys behind are closer to me than I am to the guys in front. Well, that's an early turn in. Oops. No, that's not a penalty. Not the fastest lap so far, and very, very inconsistent, so let's try and get that sorted out, because that's not how you get to do well in races, looking at those kind of lap times. Very slow and inconsistent is the key to going backwards. This Viper does give me a little bit of grief. No, I managed to get a decent time out of it in qualifying, but It's not the easiest to get around the corners without massive amounts of understeer. Just gone purple though through that first sector, so saying that, I'm not doing too badly. Oh, that's wide. I need to get on the brakes early to make sure there's no issue. Lost a little bit of time there though. Trying to go that little bit deeper. I could have gone deeper again actually into there to get the exit a bit better. It's the one I keep getting wrong. The tight left hand hairpin that goes uphill on the exit. Oh, touch on the AstroTurf as I turned in. Oh, someone in front's gone wide. It's gone all wrong. I managed to gather that up quite nicely for the actual issue I had. I was on the AstroTurf. Kept it going with a little bit of momentum and managed to get back on the track quite nicely, so well, that was a massive mistake. Actually managed to get away with it with minimal time loss for what it was, or what it could have been anyway. The potential of it was huge. I could have gone absolutely spinning then on the AstroTurf. So this is an interesting one. It's not my best racing ever, but it's certainly full of moments so far. Stop talking, I can actually go a bit quicker. It's the problem with streaming. I always distract myself slightly by talking. I think that's my strength really, is the ability, concentration and focus, so when I'm talking all the time I kind of lose all that. And that's probably my biggest strength in racing really. Not that I'm quite capable of sitting there for a few hours and just concentrating the whole time. That's what I feel anyway. We've got a bit stagnant now, got a gap to the guy in front. That's almost unachievable now. I've almost done the same thing again through the same corner. That was terrible through there, messed up both apexes, but we see Mutt in front of us in the wall, and who's this in front? Edwin going really slow as well. Must have had a bit of contact together, because Edwin won't be going that slow just on his own, so looks like Mutt's lost out from the two of them having the contact the most, and Edwin's managed to keep going but lose a lot of time to me and the guy in front. So it gives me a chance to actually do alright in this race now, believe it or not. With a few mistakes going on up front. Still got 17 minutes left, so it's not too it's not over yet, but Edwin's off there, he's fast. Faster than that BMW. I don't feel like I made any mistakes through that sector, and he just managed to pull a bit of a gap and drive away from me really. Fair play, he's got the pace. Hopefully, sitting in his slipstream for a while, he'll help me catch the guys in front and have a chance of getting another few places if possible. It looks like we're catching third place, Robus. You can see him in the distance every now and again on the long straights. Just going round that corner there, you can see him. Gone wide again. I need to sort that corner out. That's normally one of my better corners as well, where I could gain a bit of time, but not this race so far. Was that Bale going a little bit wide there? Might have been. Looked like he was on the curb on the outside a little bit, maybe. I could be wrong. Edwin's gone a little bit wide, caught it nicely there. No big drama from it. He's probably had to brake a little bit out of position and a bit earlier because of that there, so I've caught up to him again. Sitting his slipstream now down the straight. See if we can gain any time on Robust, which it looks like we are. Looks like Robust has had a bit of an issue because we've caught up to him very quickly there. Me and we've got Ryo behind him now. Me and Edwin. Bit of a shame I've caught him where I've caught him really, because these are not the easiest to overtake round, not the most desirable overtaking corners. And I do like to try and pick my corners carefully really, so contact is a minimum risk, or as minimum as you can make it. Seem to be able to pull that little bit of a gap on me every time we get a little bit of a straight. Ooh, touch on the grass there from me. Managed to hold it and naturally get quite a good exit. Edwin went a little bit deep into there, so I'm right up behind him now. Good racing going on here. Try and sell him the inside and then dive to the outside. It's not worked. Wanted to try and make him go wide on the exit there. That was my intention. If it had fallen for my little dummy, it's always worth a try. Stuff like that. People do fall for it every now and again. It's not guaranteed though. Oh, little lack of downforce has sent me off through there. I've got that last corner wrong through the chicane there, so I ended up being a bit slow onto the power, which has dropped me off Edwin a little bit, well quite a lot actually. For one straight, that's a big gap to develop. Let's try and make it up again through these corners and see if we can get closer again. He's getting right onto the back of Robust, so hopefully Robust starts defending and they both start going a bit slower in a second. That'll be the ideal situation to develop for me. Obviously not for Robust or Edwin. Hate corners like that. It feels like you've caught up so much because of the concertina effect, and then as you all get on the power coming out of the corner, you all separate again, and then you realise, oh no, I've not caught up at all. There's still a massive gap. Loads of understeer. Just get on the power at the right time, or try to try and bring it out as fast as possible. Carrying a little bit too much speed into there then though. Could have had a bit of a better exit if I hadn't have. It was just battling the understeer all the way through. Oh, that's a corner cut. Hopefully, no. Oh, no, 3 seconds! 3 seconds! For that? got to try and get rid of your penalties as fast as possible in this. God, that's put me in an awkward position with the guy behind. I still managed to keep my position, that's the main thing. Although I've lost complete touch with the guys in front now. I've got no chance unless there's a mistake. And a bit of pressure from behind now from Bale, but hopefully in the next 10 minutes I can turn that around and aim back at the guys in front with some decent laps. If they're battling away as well, I'm hoping they're slowing each other down considerably. It looks like I'm catching them already, but probably just these slow corners where again it looks like you're catching up, but you're not necessarily. Need to rev out this car a little bit more, keep short shifting really in this. Slow into there, fast out. So 5th position, not doing too badly actually. Just got to keep that in the back of my mind. It feels like a bad race this, but it's position wise it's not bad, but I've not driven brilliantly. I'd rather have a good race and, well, no I wouldn't actually. I was going to say have a good race and be further down, but nah. Better through that last chicane there. A lot better. Again, felt quite good through there, but Bale's right on the back of me now. I need to switch up to my radar, but it's not a great time. Oh, it's miles wide away from the apex. What is wrong with me? I know it's not my desired car really, but it's not that bad. When I say desired, I did pick it. It's not my faster car out of the two cars that I've got. Like something funny we're going on up the front there, I'm not sure what we're going on, but look like maybe a position change or an attempt anyway. Not really time for a community post, thank you. Oh no, that's got Bale right onto the back of me. I need to come out of here with a bit of speed. Well, that was risky, running the curb. Can touch the grass and all go wrong there if you're not careful. getting that penalty from that corner cut has really made my race a different race almost, really. From trying to catch the guys in front now, I've got Bale all over the back of me, and I've just got to keep driving as fast as I can so I don't have to go too defensive against him and lose even more time. But at the moment I'm just about keeping in front enough so he can't overtake, so I don't even have to try and defend really, but if he gets much closer at some point then I'm going to have to worry about him a bit more. That's wide. Oh, he's gone. That's me too wide. Oh, I'm down into 6th. Let's see if we can stick with him. No, I'm not going to be able to overtake through here or bump draft him a little bit. Just try and get him back. We're racing really closely, so I can't see why I shouldn't be able to stick with him. So I've gone for the inside with a bit of a dive, even though it's really early before the corner. And back into 5th place, but he's got the run on me on the exit. Oh, that better not be a penalty. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm racing terribly tonight. That's 2 really bad moves I've done. Oops. I don't know what to do. I'm going to let him go because I think I've given him damage, so I might actually wait till his damage is repaired, otherwise it's a bit unfair me just driving off really. I think he'll be repaired now. Seems like he's back up to speed, so hopefully he understands what I was doing there. I was just trying to be fair to him, and if I gave him some damage then it's a bit unfair for me to just give him the place back and then overtake him straight away again, so hopefully that comes across as what I was intending there, because that's what I did intend. Probably won't, and it'll look all weird and everyone will think, what the hell was he doing? Especially with the bad ram, that was not quite where I brake, but I did hit him hard then, so I was too late on the brakes. I must have been to hit him that hard. Or he broke way too early, but that's just an excuse really, so I'll take the blame for that one. Bad braking from me, and just rammed Bale in front of me. Anyway, the racing over, so I could still get him back now, because I think if there is any damage on, which I don't think there actually is, but if there is any damage on, then it's only temporary damage, and it doesn't last, obviously it doesn't last very long at all. Try and keep him over to the right hand side, and then pull over to the left. So we'll pass Bale fairly this time, without any ramming. There's this corner, wasn't it, where I hit him. I think he did brake and I don't brake, I just go down a gear and lift off a little bit to get it turned in. And that's probably what caught me out really. It's my first lap of chasing him. He's been chasing me a fair few laps, but we were doing alright until that point. And there you go, live and learn. He's still right on the back of me, so although I can get back past him, it's not easy to get away. And we're just fighting for 5th place now. There's no race ahead of us that we can catch now, so there's only going to be one more lap after this lap. This is the penultimate lap. That's slow as hell. Luckily just about managed to get the run still on Bale, but that was terrible out there. Been one of my more eventful races recently, this is. Just thinking as we're going through 130 out. Not for good reasons, but still can't believe I'm in 5th really, with all the little incidents I've had. I'm sure this is going to be make a good replay from everyone's potentially mistake-filled laps through this track. It's not the easiest to keep it on track, as you have seen. Slow through all of those. Just got the wrong line going from the start and struggled to get anywhere near getting it back. Actually turns out it's a decent time, but oh, that's a bit risky for the last lap. We've got a nice little gap to bail now, so hopefully 5th place is mine without any unforced errors or mistakes. No need to defend, got enough of a gap. Oh, who's that? Oh no, it's 12th place, so someone in front, but it's a back marker. Got my hopes up that someone had a mistake there and I might gain another one. But no one's been that generous tonight. Mind you, there was a few generous people early on in the race. There's quite a few incidents early on by the look of it. I mean, I really am looking forward to that replay. It should be good. Some bad moments through the beginning couple of corners between us as well. It was quite argy-bargy actually. Found myself right on the outside of it and losing out massively. Starting in 3rd, ended up in 8th or something. So, not that I'll be complaining too much about it. It's racing at the end of the day and these things happen. It's one of those kind of tracks as well where it's kind of understandable in a way. It's nice if everyone can keep it clean, but it's not always possible. There we go. So 5th overall, I'm quite happy with that actually. Really, I'm quite happy with that result. It's not too bad at all. Puts me towards the back obviously for race 2, which is the reverse grid on Sardegna A. So we'll see how we go in that, but that was kind of one to forget, that race. All sorts of mistakes going on for myself. Hopefully race 2 goes a little bit better than that. Otherwise I'm going to drop myself down the championship board a little bit. So, oh, nearly forgot. Save the replay. I have to say sorry to whoever I hit. Right, I think we've got a 10-minute break, so I'm just going to nip downstairs quickly and go get myself another drink. Back in a minute. Yeah, 10-minute break. Right, back in a minute. Sorry that took a while. I'm back. Not that anyone's watching probably, but I'm back anyway. So I need to change my car to the NSX and then just make sure my brake bias, yep, that's fine. Let's get out there, have a quick practice lap and then get into the race. Should be able to get a lap or two in before the second race. The practice time runs out. What am I on about? Hopefully get a full fast lap in. What's up? Yeah. It's in my work pants, my wallet. I like this track. Raced on this the other night for an hour in the SimFX 1 Hour Endurance Championship in the Group 3 cars, so very fresh in my memory. It was only Tuesday night, so I do like this track. I like it anyway, but I like it even more when I've only just had a long race round it the other day. It's fresh in my mind. Not quite the same grip on some of the corners as the Group 3 cars in these Group 4s, but still pretty good through the majority of the track. That's a terrible last corner. We are only in a little practice session. It's going to be a reverse grid. I finished in 5th position, so I'll be towards the back, but I'm in my stronger car, you could argue, this time round in the Honda NSX, so hopefully I'm able to go forward and not backwards, and hopefully have a bit of a cleaner race than that first one, because that was a bit messy for me. That had to wait for Bale for quite a long time, if you've just watched, after getting my braking wrong and going into the back of him. Luckily we didn't actually lose any positions, but we lost the chance to catch the guys in front. We dropped right back off them, and it was a bit of a shame, but they were in the distance. We weren't right on the back of them, but I did kind of ruin the chance for us both to make any more positions up towards the end of the race. I do apologise for that, but I did wait for him and everything, so he had his chance to keep his position and everything. Just a little bit too fast through there every time, so I need to note that for the race. Don't want to be doing that in the race every time, and that is not acceptable either. That's 2 laps in a row, same 2 mistakes. That is not good racing. See what the time says, but it will be the fastest. Oh, why the hell is everyone leaving the room? Oh my god, what the hell's happened there? Oh no, that's a nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare, because that means that I'm going to have to set up the reverse grid manually probably, which takes forever. It's happened before in a few races that I've been involved in. So we've all been chucked out of the lobby by the look of it, which is not good. Everyone else is still racing away by the look of it. Oh my god, got daily workout thing. Didn't mean to press back, but I have done it. It's given me a daily workout. Daily whatever it is, carb. Don't even know what it's called anymore. Stop looking. Pagani's on the... I only bought one of them the other day, bloody hell. Actually paid for one of them the other day with credits. Anyway, let's try and get back in this lobby as quick as possible. Otherwise, I'm going to miss the second race. Is it up yet? No. So there's no lobby to join at the moment. This music's getting me a bit teary-eyed. Beautiful. Come on. Where's the refresh thing? How do you refresh update list? Well, does that mean that we're not having a second race? I don't know what to do. I'll just wait. I'm gonna just wait a few minutes at least and see what happens, see if there's another lobby set up that I can join. So that's a bit of an odd one. I had a few problems last Friday in a couple of the other leagues. Didn't really notice anything in League 3, but there was a bit of a report of a few issues between the other various leagues. This is slightly annoying though. It just means we're going to finish even later as well, which is a bit annoying because I've got a Chinese takeaway on the way. There we go. So, lobby's back up. That's really annoying that. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long for everyone to rejoin it. We're pretty much just about to start the race as well, no doubt. We can't have been far off. I've done a couple of practice laps. Like I said, I think we've got the long, laborious process of putting it into a reverse grid order though. Which I don't know if they're aware of, but hopefully someone susses it out without having to message them. That seems pretty quick in that Corvette. Not too bad an outlap. I'm assuming the process of everyone joining is still happening. pretty sure Robust the Hood was in the NSX on the last race. I don't know why he's in the NSX again. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was. Talk about slow. Right, I hope this order's right. I don't know if anyone's even thought about it. And is Robert Stoddard in the right car? I'm not sure he is. Anyway, that's not my concern. Well, it is if he wins a race, because he's in the wrong car. And he's already raced in that tonight. But until that point, it's not my concern. Quite a few people gone for the NSX this time round on this track. Hoping for a better result. Slightly faster car, more reliable and quite easy to drive. So anyway, ready for the start. I've got traction control turned off. So just hope for the best. It's not the best. Bit of wheel spin to start me off and bog down a lot. Someone's slow to get away. And everyone's just driven past them on the left hand side. Brake nice and early, don't want to cause any contact. Robust dive into the inside there. Cars everywhere, did cause a little bit of contact, but I couldn't really help it. I tried to turn into the corner the best I could without hitting anyone. I didn't cause anyone to go off by the look of it there. Oh god, that was close to wiping out Robust then. Oh, got to go defensive to block the guy behind. Oh, that was nearly a bad moment. Anyway, close racing, we'll put that down to. That's terrible through there. Loads of understeer, which meant I was really late on the power coming out. Everyone's still right in front of us there, there's nothing to worry about. Settle into this race now. Closed up on Robust nicely through there. It's good. Trying to keep it nice and steady through there. And there's going to be a bit of contact there, guaranteed, yeah. So gives me two positions quite nicely. Can't believe Robust just went for that one, if I'm honest. Bit of a late dive maybe, or a late decision anyway. Maybe not the wisest move he's ever done. Just plays into my hands perfectly. Oh, that's late on the brakes there. Oh god. Oh god, that was close to going off, so close. Managed to actually keep it going with a little bit of pace as well. But whew, that was close. That was almost a really bad mistake. Right, let's focus a little bit here. Come on. And get a decent result out of this potentially. Everyone's still just there in front of me. There's no massive gaps developed so far. And especially if these three are holding each other up, that's good for me. And catch them up even faster. Potentially get past them if there's a bit of contact again between the guys. Which possibly might happen here with side by side into this tight left-hander. I've touched the wall though, that's not a great exit. Ah, bad move. Saying that, it wasn't going to be the best place to be sandwiched between them, so maybe that's a bit of a godsend, touching the wall there with a bit of hindsight. So I've got the run on Seawinkle. Don't really want to be stuck on the outside into here though. Can I carry it? I can't carry any speeds around the outside, I'm going to have to let it go. I have to lift a tiny touch to drop in behind him and give him the space. Well and truly sat in the slipstream there. Gonna brake even more and let him go almost. You could see contact happening there quite easily, so backed out. Could have gone for the overtake that time round, but thought better of it. We've got Winkle worried, he's all over the place on the curbs and everything. So am I though. Again, we're still in touch with first and second place. They've not driven away too much so far. We're only 3 seconds in the lead. So it's quite a good close race so far as this one. Quite happy sat where I am at the moment. Expecting some drama ahead. Oh god. Ajax has hit the wall, which I nearly followed him into doing. He's lost the position because of it as well, so he's down into 5th. Now follow him through this fast section. There's not a lot of opportunity for overtaking through here though, unless he goes really wide, which I've done instead. Touch the wall a little bit, gives Robust a chance to catch me up a little bit, but then I can brake that little bit later into the last corner because of it. Oh no! Oh, just about managed to get away with a tiny touch of contact from oh god, that was a moment. Ajax, as he came across the track after hitting the wall on the right hand side there on the exit of the last corner. Oh Jesus, we're lucky to get away with without getting wiped out there. Anyway, that releases me to try and catch the guys in front. We're only 5 minutes, 6 minutes into this race, so plenty of time to still go. Just need to keep it calm and actually put in the laps to catch the guys in front now, as it looks like Winkle's doing, because it looks like they're all bunching up slightly more anyway. I'm going to go quiet and actually try and do something good here. Looks like position change for first place. Oh, everyone's bunching up and hitting each other. Oh my god. Contact from me and who's that Winkle there, as he hit the guy in front and the guy in front hit the guy in front and everyone touched each other. Got him down the inside, so got to give him some room at the apex. He's dropped off. He gave me too much respect through that corner and dropped right off me. We did actually have the racing line and I knew he was there, so I gave him the room. So he could have taken the line, but he chose to back out, thinking that he might have contact, I'm guessing. That's what my assumption would be. Too much understeer through there again, late on the power. Robust the Hood's getting right up behind me now. Just sat in 4th place at the moment behind Mutt. Decent race so far. Gonna have to lift and drop back a little bit because it's so easy to cause a moment of contact through there, and then that's race ruined because you're gonna have to wait for the guy to give him his position back. Oh, he's shutting the door on me. I had to really back out of that one because he shut the door on me. He wasn't going to give me any room at the apex there. He would have just ploughed me into the wall, so although I came close to stopping and right down into 1st gear, he It would have been worse if it had put me into the wall. So bit of I don't know if he's got his radar on, but bit of a cheeky one there from Mutt. Don't know if he knew I was there, but he definitely shut the door on me. Oh, contact. Gives me and Robus a really good run on these guys now. Going to be tight through here though to go side by side. It's going to push me wide. I had to back out again. Lift. I've now got Robus side by side with me because of that lift through there. Robus has just about dropped behind me. Can take the line. So Robus has gone into the back of someone there and knocked them wide and given me third place, so that worked out well. Going defensive, doesn't normally work out that well. Oh, you see Mutt going a little bit squiffy through there, which buys me second place, so it's all going on in this lap. Get a good exit out of the last corner, which just about manage. So I'm up into second. Right, that's a fortunate chain of events that's made that happen, but I'm going to take it. I'm not the fastest down the straight, as you can see. Mutt's closing back in on me, so I'm going to try go for the inside line and get the corner right, because I don't think I'm too bad after that. I think I'll be able to stick in front of him quite fast around this circuit, I dare say. Got 18 minutes left as well, so plenty of time to try and chase first place down. I just need to make sure I don't have any pressure from behind to worry about, really. That's my main concern now. So long as I get rid of that, which I've just pulled the tiny gap to, it's still slipstreaming me on the straights, close enough for that. It was a good exit on the power really early out of there. Right, let's try and win this race now. That was a bit close to the dirt there on the exit. Didn't touch it, but it was a bit risky. So Edwin's still in my slipstream, so as you can see, if you look at the top left, he's just closing the gap down the long straight as he sits in my slipstream and just manages to reel me in. Still got enough gap to be able to take the corner, first corner with the racing line though, so that's the most important thing. Do need to try and break that slipstream to him though. Looks like catching, haven't really looked at the delta to the guy in front. I'm not really concerned about him at the moment. It looks like I'm catching him a little bit, just from visual rather than the actual times. So 2.4 to the guy in front and half a second to the guy behind. Edwin's coming back at me quite quickly. He's got a run on me up here as well. Don't know whether to go defensive or not. I think I've got enough, just about enough on him to go half defensive at least. Decent run out of the corner. And still maintain my second place, but I don't want him to attack too much because I need to just try and catch CJW up in front really. In an ideal world, we'll work together to just if he just sits behind me so I don't have to defend, we can both try and catch Ginger. Who is it? Oh, it's Ginger Crackhead, sorry. I thought it was CJW. I don't know where I got that from. Oh, someone's had a moment behind me. So 2-second gap. This is what happened last week. Edwin was behind me quite close and then ended up having a moment and dropping back. So it's happened again. Let's see if Edwin can come back and chase me back again, because he managed it last week. Definitely broken the slipstream to him now though, so that's the important thing, and it just allows me to concentrate on catching Ginger Crackhead in front now with the fastest laps I can possibly manage from the 144.653, so that's not too slow. Robert the Hood's fastest lap is 144.446, so it's not too far off, but about 0.2 off. A little bit wide through the apex there. Nothing to worry about. 2.2 gap to Edwin behind. Nearly crashed looking at the time there. And it was close to that barrier. Risking it again on that exit. Hopefully it pays off a little bit. Yeah, getting closer, slowly but surely, to Ginger. It's taking me a while to get him reeled in, but I'm getting there. Need to keep it mistake free now, because one mistake and I've just undone everything that I've just tried to achieve in the last couple of laps. Looks like he went a little bit wide there, so might have bought me a little bit of time as I went had a little moment through first corner. Oof. I'm trying to push here to try and get him, but and try and keep that gap as well to the guy behind, but it's risky business, it feels like. Quick sip of juice. Gap's grown to the guy in front again. He's pulled away a little bit. I need to try and do something about that again. Want to win here. I want to try and get a win. I've already had a second place this week that I felt like should have been a win, so not that there's anything wrong with coming second, but there is at the same time. Especially when first is just sat there in front of you, taunting you from a distance. Trying to rev out a bit more through the gears, see if that buys me any time. Nothing I'm doing really is getting me any big gain in time. That was a big moment. Oops. Good job, play a bit of Dirt Rally 2. You've learned to react fast enough to those kind of moments that I can catch it just about and just carry on. So that was quite a big hit. It could have quite easily been race ruin. A race ruiner. Oh, it's a race ruiner. Definitely. Absolutely. As you witness me going mad a little bit. need to keep this pressure on Ginger, because no doubt he'll be looking at that delta just as much as I am to see what gap I am behind him. So if I keep the pressure on and he sees that I'm closing every now and again, he's got to keep pushing. So hopefully that pressure will eventually build to the point where he makes a mistake, and I hopefully don't. I've got Edwin reeling me in again. I'm going to try and break the slipstream. I don't normally do that, but I don't really want him back on my tail again. It gives me quite a bit of grief and slows me down again. Not bad through T1. He's there or thereabouts, so he's in my slipstream now, Edwin, so he's going to get closer and closer. Not a lot I can do about it, apart from drive the bollocks off this car the best I can. A little bit deep into there, had to hit the brakes twice. Went on the brakes, came off them and then went back on them, as I realised I was carrying too much speed into there. Can't get this gap down to Ginger in front of me. It's been hovering around the 2 second mark for quite a long time now. He's incredibly close again, is Edwin. Kind of want to let him go just so I don't have the pressure from behind, but at the same time that's not, it's not in my nature wanting to let someone pass me. Might have to go defensive here just to make sure. No, he's pretty much got me. I'm just going to keep right to the inside, so he has to go around the outside if he's going to do it. But it's not that bad a corner to do it on, to be fair. Oh god, that's a bit deep. I more or less stopped it in front of him then by the look of it on the radar, but I don't think I did anything wrong. I didn't actually plough into the side of him or anything, so and I've managed to keep my position, so it was down to him to overtake me rather than me to do anything in his favour. Someone in the wall there, I missed who it was. Well, not good for them, but unfortunate for their race. Slow out of there, that was bad. Got the run on me again now. He's sat in my slipstream again. And this gap to Ginger Cracker in front just is not disappearing, it's still there. Got to make sure I've got on the brakes properly there to make sure that I can take that apex and not let Edwin past. He's nearly got his nose side by side with me, he has now. He's dropped back a little bit as he realised it's risky through there. Woohoo! It's a little bit wide, a bit worrying. Just relying on every lap, getting a little bit of a better run out of, out of that last corner than Edwin, and managing to get some kind of gap as I head down the straight, and his slipstreams mate just stick to the inside again, extreme inside that is, so he has to go on the grass if he wants to get past down the inside. He's going to do it this time. I'm going to let him. Fair play to him. I went too defensive there as well. He managed to open the corner right up because he obviously saw that I was going defensive so early. So fair play to him. That was a good move and nice and cleanly done as well. But it does, however, put me down into third place, and Robust Hood is behind me. He's probably going to be one of my main competitors this season. Seem to be pretty equal and have pretty even races a lot of the time. Saying that, he beat me one season hands down, no problem. He won a lot of the races and I don't think I won one. So probably faster than me actually. I'm not giving him enough credit. Comparing someone to me is not actually a good thing really. Bit of an insult. Oof. Every corner, every time that corner. Oof. Risky business. Feels dodgy. Feels risky. Come on, good run now. Slipstream and let's have a chance into T1. Let's try and get second place back. I'm not going to win this race by the look of it, but there's 5 minutes left. Still hope that we can gain some time on Ginger Crackhead if he makes a little mistake, but oh, I just about got it back on the brakes around the outside, but oh, I was close to going into the gravel on the exit there. That was a bit dodgy, but managed to get second place back, crucially. So I'm glad that I didn't let Edwin go too much there. Straight away back on his case and make the overtake work. Slow out of there, it feels like every lap, which is where he comes back at me. I have to go defensive and then I've got no chance of gaining any time again on Ginger in front, which is essentially what we're trying to do, to try and win this race, not battling away for second, but we are at the moment, it turns out. I gave him plenty of room and I've given him room at the apex there, so nothing to worry about. Not from my regard anyway. You can't say anything when you give someone that much room. Oh, good move from him. This is good racing between us here. Oh, ho, ho. Compromised my line. I'm going to have to go defensive on Robust. No, I'm going to hit him. Shit. Oh, it's worked out alright because we've all hit each other. So it's actually just keeping our places between us. Whew. Sorry about that, Edwin. Oh, that was late on the brakes. I missed my braking marker. I couldn't quite see it. Edwin was in my way. I know that sounds like a crap excuse, but it is what happened. And I missed the braking marker, and because I was on the inside as well, on the inside line, I had no chance of getting it stopped and missing Edwin really. No chance of really turning away or anything hard on the brakes as I was. So it's messed up that little battle a little bit between us, but at the same time, it's one of them little moments. I've had a few tonight, so it's definitely not my best nights racing, but you do have your good and bad nights. That was better out of there that time. Still got the pace on me out of there though, Edwin. Make him think I'm going to the inside and then dive to the out. Oh god, that's deep though. Got to lucky to salvage that, so I'm happy to keep third place. Whew. Again, dodgy racing going on. I'm not doing very well when it actually comes to the moments where it matters. You can drive around the track all day long, but when the actual moves happen, I'm not executing them very well. I'll be happy with third place after this one. We've still got another minute left there, so I think we'll just about... Oh, nope, means that we'll be on. This is the last lap. This is the last lap. Try and get the cut back. Oh, he's holding the apex nicely. Just left me hung out to dry on the outside without any room to turn back in, even though I had the opportunity to with the grip. I couldn't do anything about it. Oh god, that's slow. Nearly went into the back of him. Oh god, messed up our lines through there as well. So Robust is right behind me. Oh, that was a dodgy one. Nearly went into the back of him. Oh, that was a bad line as well. So Robust has got the run now. I need to get over to the left hand side. I don't know if I can do it. I'm going to cut him off now if I do it. I didn't do it fast enough. Couldn't decide whether I had the room or not. And I think I did. Oh no, come on. Don't be down in fourth after a decent race. No, that's a bad moment. Good clean racing, but not a moment I wanted to happen. Down into fourth, gutted after a race like that. Felt like I could have won it at one point, and turns out they've just come back at me, these guys, and there's not a lot I can do about it. Bad exit out of the last corner as well, so I can't even make any effort over the line. Oh, that's deflated me a little bit. Oh, damn. Good work there from Robust. Good race, good race. Oh, anyway, that's the end of my racing anyway tonight. Oh, I'm sorry to anyone that ends up watching this that I ended up having any contact with or anything. Like I've said all the way through, not my finest nights racing. I do apologise. I also was the receiver of a few knocks and bashes, so goes both ways, I guess. So Ginger Crackhead finishing first, Edwin 420 in second, Robust the Hood in third, ADG in fourth, C Winkle in fifth, Has 91 in sixth, CJW in seventh, Mutt in eighth, ninth is B Rated, 10th is Ajax, Rocky Rich in 11th, Bales Tonovic in 12th, 13th is Mini 975 with a disqualification. Actually did not finish. No, not disqualification, DNF. Just made up my own abbreviation from what's actually there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you have got it this far, and if you aren't already, get subscribed and stick with me. This championship and season carries on for quite a few races, so if you're interested, stick with it, and yeah, I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Take care, and yeah, see you later. Thanks for watching. Don't really know what to say.